Hello! I decided that I had to improve my restoration work, like quite a bit. During the E46 restoration with all the sandblasting, I noticed how time consuming it is to filter it manually, have to scoop it back up and then filter it some more. And since I've been busy with my university exams, I couldn't buy some car parts, so I saved up and bought this. Quite heavy. This is the cheapest sandblasting cabinet that's large enough for my needs that I could find. This again is in preparation for the E9. I promise this time we're gonna start soon. I started that last year and yeah, I bought it in September, so it's almost a year. It's been too long. I don't know how time flew past me, but it did. So some of you might know this. This is from VEVOR. It's basically a company that imports cheap Chinese tools in bulk and then sells them at cheap prices. And yeah, they kind of work. It's probably not good. It's not gonna last as long as professional equipment straight from Germany or I don't know. But for the price, it's definitely okay. Also, this is a blasting cabinet, so what's there to break? Today, I don't feel like reading manuals, so I guess we'll have to experiment. This is for the front. Oh, they even give you some silicone. Yeah, nice. Okay, it took me quite some while to get everything packed out, because yeah, there is just a ton of parts and now I have to figure out how to assemble them. On this thing, there's the locations for all the bolts. The largest set is for the cabinet leg and hopper. So we'll assemble the main piece right now. I now got the hopper piece assembled. Everything fits, so I think this is good now. I'll try to get the base done and then we can continue. So I've now assembled the base. That is okay. It seems to be fairly sturdy. That's nice and good. So I'm now going to drop this onto here and then we can attach the side pieces. Okay, I have it figured out. If you're doing this yourself, plan around half a day to install it because it's not straightforward. First you put this on, then you assemble the cabin and then you put that on, and then you have to use these longer screws because they travel through like the legs, the hopper, the cabin and the mesh. And that's now the cabinet mostly assembled. I asked a friend to help me with these bolts because they're really difficult to tighten alone because you have to reach over, you know. It went together mostly smooth, but this thing, the top part, I really had to persuade it because it wasn't lining up well. Like this edge was over by like 2 millimeters, so I had to use a screwdriver to pry it over and a hammer to bend it into shape. This thing is the only one that really didn't fit until now. The rest was surprisingly okay. In case you don't know how these vented blasting cabinets work, there's one side, right here it's there, where a dust recollector sits. It sucks out all the dust and therefore you need an intake, and the intake is gonna get blocked off with this piece so that no sand can exit from there. Also, I don't want to rant too much, but the silicone sealant that's included, throw it straight in the garbage, it arrives dried, and the bottom thing is the wrong dimension, so it gets stuck in your caulk gun, so extra work ahead. And now, through this hole, we're going to install the connector for the sandblasting gun itself. And then this thing is a quick connect adapter for the outside. I sourced this myself. The dust recollection system. We first have to install this seal into the cabinet. Then I'm going to put the collection box behind the blasting cabinet. Put the reinforcement plate on from the other side. Then there's the light bar, which is also included. Then there's this breaker box, which you have to plug the cables in. And now we are almost done. Just gotta install this cover. And this is plexiglass, but the whole cabinet comes with replacement films to put on the inside, so you have to make sure that the replacement film is on the correct side of the glass. See? A nice and clear view. The whole sandblasting cabinet is assembled. Why am I holding headphones? The dust evacuation system is incredibly loud. It's ridiculous, and I'm gonna have to wear headphones. It is incredibly loud. You ready? Also, these gloves are like really disgusting. They stink, and the whole thing right here is a bit too short. I'll either make a different design, a custom one, where I can go from there and then have a longer one. I also need to change this line because it's too short as well. Because of the lack of instructions, I forgot to put a grommet right here, which I just found later on, but whatever. Yeah, for the rest, you can put some medium-sized parts in here. The hood works quite well with these hinges. Should seal up pretty nice, and with the light you can still see relatively good. Some old rusty brake calipers. Now that the blasting has started, I can tell you my thoughts on this blasting cabinet. I really like thorough restorations, and therefore sandblasting is pretty much needed on all the parts, because otherwise you're not going to get a nice surface and rust is inevitably going to return. This is perfect. This is the largest consumer grade size I could find, but it's still not big enough. I can blast some E46 subframe parts, so it's okay. But ideally I would have had something bigger. I couldn't find anything that was in the price range, and for this one I found a 20% promo code. No longer works, unfortunately. I checked, but I got 20% promotion on it, so yeah, that's always good. If you're contemplating buying one, I'd say it depends on your situation as well. If you really like thorough work, then go ahead. You kind of need to plan a bit of space for it, because yeah, it's large, but it's well worth it in my opinion, since it's pretty much the cheapest you can find. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon.